What's going on, Libra? Welcome to your general reading. We're going to take a peek, see what you Libras have going on. Take a peek into your recent past and future energies as well. I do believe last time, Libra, that you were clearing out some things from your life, some people, making way for, some new good things to come in. Why doesn't this want to stand up straight? Okay. So anyhow, we're going to see what we get. What comes out, comes out. I like Spirit to lead the way when I do my readings. So we'll see what we get. We're going to go with the flow. Okay, messages for Libra. Also, I've been doing the oracles, the oracle cards last, just so that if you're not really into the oracle cards, I'm putting them at the very end. At least that's what I've been doing lately. Okay. What do we have for Libra? Messages for Libra. The Tower. Libra, you're going to start with the Tower? Okay. So, the Tower. Big changes, okay? Oftentimes, this is the universe sending those big changes your way. You can see there's a big bolt of lightning there. The changes that come with the Tower can be surprising, okay? They can take you off guard. Some of these changes you probably made in the recent past. Spirit could have led you to do that kind of behind the scenes. We get little nudges and we're not even aware sometimes. We'll get more on that when I clarify. What else for Libra? Current energy, 8 of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like a lot of you are getting your emotional balance back, okay? These changes in the past could have just thrown you, all off whack as far as your emotions go. And it feels like you're trying to recenter yourself right now to, regain some of that balance. What else for Libra? Messages for Libra. 2 of Swords in the reverse. That is decision-making energy there. Taking off the blindfold. That is your energy. You are sword energy, okay? Since you are an air sign. My cards are flipping on me. Okay. So some of you might be making some decisions in the future. At least I feel like you'll be seeing things a little bit clearer, okay? What else do we have for Libra? 9 of Pentacles. So these changes, some of the changes could have involved job, career, material things, putting in a lot of effort. Those Pentacles also relate to time, effort. Some of you could have become single recently. 9 of Pentacles is that single type of energy. What else for Libra? 7 of Swords in the reverse. So some of this past energy of the Tower and any changes you've made could have involved someone else that you know or have a connection with, maybe trying to get away with something. Or this can be your energy as far as some of you maybe it's like you're trying to balance out your emotions. In the past, you may have kind of run away from anything distressful as far as your emotions go. I feel like you're working on that, though. We'll get more when I get my other deck and get some more clarity. What else for Libra? 3 of Swords in the reverse. Getting over some pain. I feel this is that same letting go energy that you had in your last reading. Taking off the blindfold, getting over some pain, okay? And there's a lot of your energy in this reading. These are all swords, 3 sword cards. Let's see what your overall energy, bottom of the deck. Ace of Wands in the reverse. That can be about lack of passion, lack of energy, okay? Aces are about new things, new beginnings. This is in the reverse. So some of you Libras, I feel like you're struggling energetically. You may be tired, fatigued, just kind of like not feeling like you really want to do anything. Let me get rid of this, the rest of the deck there. Get it out of my way, because I'll clarify this too. All right, let's see. I'm going to get my other deck now. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you Libras have been struggling with a lot of changes going on in your life. Some of those feel like they're forced. You know, they've been forced upon you. Others, not so much. Also, I did do a bonus reading for you guys because you guys brought the most views for August. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did that yesterday, and that kind of turned into a career reading, job type of reading that involved a coworker or boss. It was kind of crazy, actually. So check that out if that might be, you know, something that applies for you. Let me clarify your overall energy with this Ace of Wands in reverse. Queen of Wands. Your energy is going to come back. You've got the Queen of Wands in the upright, so that's good. The Hangman. You're going to get more clarity. It's kind of like it's getting more clarity as far as getting the bigger picture. You might have to step back and figure out, you know, why am I so tired? Why do I lack motivation? You might be experiencing some like false starts with things. Like you start a new project or something new and you think it's going great and then it just kind of fizzles out or falls apart. So that could be part of it as well. But you've got the Hangman here, which is about just getting the bigger picture, okay? Now let's clarify this Tower with the 9 of Pentacles. Tell me more, please, Spirit, about this for Libra. Page of Wands in the reverse. There's that lack of motivation, lack of energy again. It keeps creeping back. Let me see. Let me get another one. That one was difficult. Spirit didn't want to give me that. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. There could have been a situation in the past, recently, where somebody didn't want to, like, put in the effort with something, okay? Page of Wands in the reverse, 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. Both of these signify like something coming to just a halt. It does involve this Tower, this big change that you had in your life, okay? Let me get another one on that. Yeah, it's just like no effort was being put into something, okay? Somebody wasn't like, or nothing, either somebody wasn't putting in effort, so it was kind of stagnant, or the situation itself was stagnant for some reason. Let me get another one. 4 of Pentacles, sort of in the halfway. When it comes out like that, it's kind of a neutral type of energy, but Four of Pentacles is like a hanging on. So some of you, whatever this situation was that changed for you recently, I feel like you tried to hang on as long as you could. Okay. Like, I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to, rectify this. Some of you that may have been, you may have hung on too long. Let me get another one. Seven of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's kind of like you finally just let your defenses down and you said, okay, it's too exhausting to try to hang on to this anymore. I just have to let it go, and move on. All right. Okay, so let's go to your current energy. Eight of Cups, Seven of Swords. They're both in the reverse. Let's see. Clarify this. Well, that was fast. King of Cups in the reverse. More emotional energy in the reverse. Okay, let's get another one. The Sun. It's like somebody walking away emotionally or completely, like shutting off your emotions because the way you feel emotionally does not make you happy. We've got the Sun in reverse. This is Leo energy. This is literally the happiest card in the tarot deck. So some of you are struggling with some happiness. King of Cups in reverse. Eight of Cups. So it's kind of, it could be getting worse, okay? This is your current energy. So you might have to kind of check your emotions. Okay, Libra, let's see what else. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you're not nurturing anything emotional wise right now. You're not putting any effort into that. I feel like you're doing it to protect yourself for whatever reason. Let me get one on this. I'm going to get one or two on the Seven of Swords. Three of Cups. Okay, the World in reverse. Unfinished business. Three of Cups. Somebody in your social circle could have tried to get away with something or tried to betray you in some way. If it's a love connection, it could have even been that somebody was cheating, and I don't like throwing that out there in readings, but I gotta say what I'm seeing. And then Ace of Wands in the upright. This could even be that you're kind of going within your social circle, friends, family, that type of thing, to try to just clear out some of this, this things that you feel maybe depressed or just emotionally, not great. But there may be some unfinished business that you feel the need to take care of. Ace of Wands, this is in the upright, so this is some energy movement, putting some action into unfinished business. However that resonates for you, okay, Libra? Okay, let's go over to your future energy. Two of Swords and Three of Swords in the reverse. Tell me more, please, for Libra. Three of Swords in the reverse again. Different deck. So, this is Spirit's way of throwing up a red flag for me. Because this is two different decks, but it's the same card. That's why the images are different, okay? Some of you are really going to struggle, and I'm literally clarifying this Three of Swords and Two of Swords, and I'm getting the same card. So this future energy here, you could really have a hard time perhaps getting over some pain, especially if it's like you may have anxiety creeping in more than you would normally have. Let's get a couple more on that. Tell me more about this. Three of Swords, Page of Swords in the halfway. Look at all the swords in that future energy. This is all your energy here. Going down a little bit with the page from the 2 and the 3. We literally have page 2 and 3. I'm surprised we don't have the ace here. And then 8 of Cups in the upright. There we go. Now that's a walking away type of energy emotionally. We have it here in the reverse. Okay. It was literally the second card that came out, and that's in your current energy. So I feel like if you've had problems releasing things that are of an emotional nature, maybe even sometimes you might have a habit of thinking about the past too much, or thinking how, you know, this person hurt you or that person hurt you. What I think in the future, as this pain, if you can release that, you can walk away from those feelings, okay? Queen of Swords in the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Now this is definitely you. All right. You may be saying a few blunt words to whoever. Now you have the Knight of Swords in the. This is crazy. This whole. How many cards are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 of these cards out of the 7 are swords. And if you notice, they're escalating to. We started with the 2, the 3. The 3 again, went down to a page. Then we have Queen and Knight of Swords. So your thinking process, or the things that you're thinking about, your anxiety level, even your communication, because these swords are communication. Okay. Now these two in the reverse, this Queen and Knight, right here. This can be arguments. It can be saying things that you may regret later, okay? It's when you got the Queen of Swords in the reverse, that's like the Ice Queen energy, or King, take it how it applies. That is, wow. Then the Fool in reverse. That's Aries energy. Not wanting to like take a leap of faith, not wanting to move forward. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I feel like this future energy, and then Temperance, it's like you're waiting. I feel like some of you do have unfinished business, okay? You're almost waiting for the time, the perfect time to speak your mind. This is what this feels like to me, where you are just, some of you may just blow a fuse, okay? You're just gonna pop off, crash out, call it what you want, Libra. I feel like some of you have been holding on to some things, and then you've held on for so long. Like there's things you've wanted to say to certain people, but you haven't. And then finally, one day you can't hold it in anymore. It's like it just explodes, and then you finally just say what you need to say. Okay. Woo, Libra. That's definitely that's going to be interesting. I can't wait until your next reading. Okay, let's grab some oracle cards, see what we get for Libra. Any other messages for Libra? What do we have for Libra? Eagle Spirit Freedom. It's a gorgeous card. So again, it's a release. Notice this Temperance card here. This is the Temperance Angel, by the way. This is about divine timing, patience, which is why I said you've kind of been waiting for the right moment to speak your mind. You know, her wings here on this card are really white. And then down here, if you can see the wings there on that unicorn slash horse, and angelic horse. When you speak your mind and you release all those kind of emotions and things you've had on your mind that you've wanted to say to somebody, with that comes that feeling of freedom, because you're not carrying that around. Like, you got it off your mind. Okay, you just don't have to think about it anymore. Then we have expansion. That could be money related. This is kind of linked to Pentacle energy here. Growth, expansion. And then we have playfulness. Don't forget your inner child. Okay, Libra? You know, as adults, we can forget that childlike energy, those childlike qualities. So playfulness can come in handy, and it's also good at releasing pent-up, energy, pent-up thoughts, emotions, that type of anger, whatever it is, okay? So that could be helpful as well. Okay, Libra, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you the next time around, Libra. Take care.